actor, comedian, producer, former Saturday Night Live cast member, and now champion. Will Ferrell joining us. Champ. Oh, I like it. I like it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Did you cry?
Thank you.
Did you cry?
I cried multiple times. Yeah. There's a lot of tears. Partly because I kept spilling my beer.
Okay.
But no, a lot of exhausting overtime game into penalty kicks. Christian Bale, the power of the man bun coming through in the, I don't know, last minute of extra time.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, MLS champ, just to let you know, LAFC. And you got a lot of celebrity friends, fans who showed up there. Give us an idea who was on the guest list.
Sure. Magic Johnson was there. Your good friend, Justin Bieber.
Yep.
You're tight. I know you're tight with Jay Biebs, Dan.
Yeah.
We had a Wiz Khalifa.
Of course.
Of course. Because when you think soccer, you think Wiz Khalifa. And Mia Hamm, is part of the ownership group. Nomar. Yeah, it was Sia is a regular fan.
Oh.
She wears an entirely gold dress.
Okay.
Every game because we're black and gold. Our colors.
Okay,
scheme.
but when you started this, first of all, how'd you start it, and what were your expectations?
I was kind of brought into the group from literally one of the main partners. We were dads at the same school, and we'd talk soccer in the morning at drop off with the kids, and he had sent me an email saying, give me a call. There's something, I think you might be really interested in being involved with. And they talked about how they're starting a second MLS team in Los Angeles. Obviously the Galaxy has been around for a while. But the thing was they're going to build a soccer only stadium just outside of downtown LA. And I thought, oh, that's going to be the key right there. And they were going to be, it was going to be what we would consider more of a modern state-of-the-art state with food and beverage and restaurants and hospitality suites and all the stuff that a lot of the MLS stadiums didn't really have. So all of that coming together, I thought, oh, I'll totally be involved with this.
What do you get as a owner for winning the championship?
I don't know. I don't know as of yet. I don't know if I got to drink out of the cup.
Yeah, what was in the cup? What was in there?
I think there was probably some beer and champagne. Maybe the sweat of Wiz Khalifa.
Are you thinking about maybe playing a couple of minutes one time? Let's say you're up 7-0, as we like to say in soccer, and
yes.
Could you insert yourself as the owner into the game?
I would have to look at the bylaws. That's a good question. I guess I would technically have to be signed to a contract, right? I couldn't just run down on the field.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, kind of provisionary contract where I could, at any point, if needed, run onto the field for a 2-minute spurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes there's the emergency goalie in hockey, and they get somebody out of the stands or equipment guy.
Right. That would be the model.
I would love that.
Yeah.
By the way, the full introduction, Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds have a new movie. It's a Christmas movie called Spirited, and it premieres in theaters today. What a coincidence. We're having you on, and the movie comes out today.
Great. It's great timing.
Wow. Okay.
You guys are so good at that.
It's in theaters today and streaming on Apple TV Plus next Friday, November 18th.
Right.
This feels like it's a musical?
It is.
Okay.
It's full on singing and dancing. There was, I think you'll be proud of me, Dan. I really went for it. this time.
Well, let me hear you sing.
Not my usual laid back self. I went for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're usually very subtle.
I'm usually, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the master of subtlety.
But didn't you start in musical theater as a child?
I never did any of that stuff. I didn't begin even acting till after college. So this was a huge step up. This is like serious songs written by Pasek and Paul, who did the music for La La Land and Greatest Showman. And so when they presented the demos of the songs, Ryan and I were clear, like, we can carry a tune, but don't make it too hard. And then they wrote these songs that were incredibly complex. It was like, you guys, what are you doing? How are we going to do this? And they were like, don't worry, we're going to coach you up, and you guys will do it. And it came out really good. I'm very proud of it.
Is there going to be kind of a Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born feel to your performance here?
I'm not going to lie to you. No, there won't be that. I did read one review that said this one kind of emotional number I had said it was Josh Groban-esque.
Wow.
So I got that.
Okay. I didn't think you read reviews.
I don't usually. I just got sent it from a friend who said, hey, this one was kind of nice.
Give me the worst review that you remember on one of your best movies or one of your most popular ones.
I do. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it's happened a number of times for movies that were, what the classic one was Step Brothers. And I think it was Roger Ebert who said, I'm begging you, all of this, anyone reading this, do not see this movie. Do not buy it on DVD. Do not support this type of filmmaking. This is basically the end of Western civilization.
Paulie, do you have the review?
I absolutely do, and Will's quoting it almost verbatim. He begs people not to see the movie, like a personal favor.
How does that not hurt?
Well, we had once they reach critical mass on the positive side, then you can, as a treat, dive into the negative ones because you realize those are just outliers. So it doesn't hurt when the ledger is higher on the more positive side. But I did one of the crazier reviews, though. I was reading a review of Ferrell, Steve Carell, when he did 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I thought, oh, Steve's a buddy. I remember him talking about this premise on the set of Anchorman. And that sounded like such a funny movie. I thought, oh, here's the review. I want to read. The reviewer goes out of her way to cite me in the first two paragraphs of how much she hates me. And then she thought his movie would be similar. She's like, it was not anything like the Will movie. It's so good.
Wait, so you made him look better because the movie didn't resemble anything you would do.
And I'm not in 40-Year-Old Virgin at all. But she dedicates the top two paragraphs to how much she can't stand anything I do. So that was a classic.
But a lot of people say they don't read reviews.
Yeah, no, I truly don't, for the most part.
Does your wife read them and then says, you don't want to hear this one?
Yeah, she'll peruse it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll go, yeah.
How do you hang around Ryan Reynolds without laughing? Like when you're doing these scenes, it just feels like, are you guys ever honest with each other, like real people to each other, or you're Will Ferrell, he's Ryan Reynolds, you're celebrities?
No, that was kind of the great part of working with Ryan and not having worked with him before. We both enjoy kind of, off camera, really kind of having, dare I say, heartfelt conversations about family and life and that sort of thing.
Oh. But
at the same time, we loved doing the bits on set. So it was good, but he's like, yeah, he's devastatingly quick, fun, bright guy.
The Christmas movie Spirited premieres in theaters today, starts streaming on Apple TV Plus. That's next Friday. It's Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. The Danettes each have a question, if you would indulge them.
You know what, though, Dan, we've got to, I have more information on the Dublin trip. We're still planning on going, right?
Yes, late August. I'd like to go when Navy plays Notre Dame.
Yes.
I talked to NBC.
Okay.
I think that, and I'd like to maybe open this up to our audience. Maybe we could have a group that would go with us.
It's become similar to the storyline in Old School where we start a fraternity. Obviously, I'm getting like dads at my school coming up to me in the parking lot. Hey, is that thing happening? Are you really going to Dublin? Like no wives? Is that can I get in on that?
Yep.
So that's starting to happen. Number one.
Yep.
Number two, if I remember correctly, you guys had on your short list of other celebrities that you'd like to show up. One, Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Turns out she's a mom at our school. So I've got to try to make contact to recruit her, I think.
What if you just ran into her car accidentally? And then you trade information.
Great. That's it. I'll do that. So anyway.
Okay. So the Danettes have a question each. Who wants to go first here? Todd. Fritzy's going to go first. Your question for Will Ferrell.
Okay. I'm looking at a bio from Britannica. It says, Ferrell grew up in suburban Irvine where he played varsity football and drew laughs for reading the high school's morning announcements in a variety of voices. I want to know, is that true? And what was your favorite voice? How'd you come up with those characters for your high school comedy?
Oh, that was all true. I don't know. The various voices is that's a bit of a stretch. I think I did an Irish accent once, making fun of like Irish Spring soap commercial. You guys remember Irish Spring?
Yes, I do.
Fresh and clean as a whistle.
Yeah. You're strong as an axe. Danny.
By the way, is that a hotel room you're in?
Yeah, I'm in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I live in a hotel.
Yeah.
I only live weekends are at the home with the family.
Seton, what's your question for Will Ferrell? Hello.
When you were, say, like 12 years old, what was the funniest movie you'd ever seen? Or what was your like sense of humor there? What was just the movie that you were like, this is the best?
12 years old.
Maybe 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably say roughly in that zone. 48 Hours. Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Animal House kind of blew my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You met Eddie Murphy?
I've met him once.
Was that
It was great. We only said a couple, but he thought I was funny, so I'll take it. Yeah.
Marv
could have been lying to me.
He could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you say, do you think I'm funny? Like, did you make it
I opened with, oh my God, Eddie Murphy, do you think I'm funny?
Yeah. So it felt like he was obligated to say.
And he went, yeah, I guess so.
Marv, your question for Will Ferrell.
Is there a movie that you passed up on that sometimes you're just like, damn, I wish I would have taken that?
Uh-oh.
There is a movie that I kind of semi-passed on, but I ended up being in it, and it still benefited me. But originally, Vince asked me to do Owen's part in Wedding Crashers, and I was like, I don't know. I frankly didn't think the other part was as good as his, but then they called me to do the Meatloaf guy. I came up with all that Meatloaf stuff. So it's still, but yeah, that was one where I was like, I don't know what I was thinking on that one, even though Owen's very good.
But so you said you came up with your lines when you're Chaz, the Meatloaf
yeah,
line?
A lot of that yelling back at the mom.
Yeah.
And I don't know what she does back there. And that was I just kind of riffed that day.
Now, do you make that agreement with Will or you make that with Vince where you go, hey, can I just come up with my lines? And then he goes, all right, go off and play in the sandbox?
Oh, I mean, there was that stretch there where we all did cameos in each other's films. And everyone had the green light to just please do whatever you want to do and we'll sort it out later. So that was just an unspoken rule between all of us.
Did you get to keep the car as Frank the Tank? Is that something that you would ask?
The Red Dragon?
Yeah.
I didn't think to ask that.
Okay.
But I do have. I think I wore them into.
You wore the shoes.
Or the green shoes. I have those.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen those, but I didn't know if you got the car.
I would have been too afraid to ask for something like that. Yeah.
Because Kevin Costner got the Mustang in Bull Durham that he.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Kevin Costner kept some of the horses from Dances with Wolves.
He kept two of them.
Two of them.
Paulie, your question for Will Ferrell.
Will, I've read that during SNL, Lorne Michaels, the executive producer, really doesn't like it when cast members break character or laugh at each other's stuff. How hard is that to not do? And did it happen to you? Did it happen to others? How big of a deal was that at SNL?
That I don't remember. I don't remember being such a big deal, but it was kind of the unwritten rule, like you tried not to break. But I loved trying to capsize everyone else. So that was there was a sketch that Rachel Dratch and I used to do, the lovers sketch. We're always in a hot tub and we're these weird professors who were overly sexual. And I had a break there because I had a huge beard, so I could laugh and hide it underneath this beard. But I was always going after Jimmy Fallon or whoever the guest host was to try to get them to
Fallon, everybody gets Fallon.
That's day one stuff there.
But you missed.
No, I don't remember anyone being reprimanded. Like, stop cracking up.
Do you miss that though? That improvisational or the live part of it. I mean, that's as close as you get to doing theater.
I miss it sometimes. I don't. You miss it more right when you have left the show. But the times that I've come back to host, I realize, oh, this is you definitely have to be in shape with how quickly that show moves and the hours the last time I hosted, I was like, how did I ever do that? I don't remember how I ever did this before.
Well, the hours, you can't have a family, and
right. Yeah.
I don't know how people stay on it for as long as they do or have.
It's, you get the whole summer off. It's one of the few kind of jobs in New York if you want to live in New York. So I think you weigh those things.
Well, good luck with the movie. Spirited premieres in theaters today. It's Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Actually, it feels like it's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Well, I mean, you should do it alphabetical. Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. But if I had Ryan Reynolds on, then I'd have to go Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
You probably should keep it alphabetical.
And good luck with Jennifer Garner. It's not Gardner, as you had her name wrong the last time you were on.
Jennifer Gardner.
Gardner, yeah.
Yes.
And just a fender bender and say, hi, I'm so sorry. I'd like to make it up to you. Would you like to go to Dublin with me and 100 guys at the end of August? Who could pass that up?
Perfect. It's a perfect invite. Yeah.
And that sounds like a movie. You and Jennifer Gardner. And you go to Dublin after a fender bender.
Done.
And live happily ever after.
Shoot it all in Ireland. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I'm going to be in touch because we will plan this. And
I've got my marching orders now.
Yes. And if Paul Rudd wants to join us, he can.
Oh, we can get Rudd for sure.
Wiz Khalifa.
We can get. Oh, okay. That will be.
No. If we need to spark up, we can spark up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Justin Bieber.
Yep.
Biebs could join us.
Magic. We'll see if Magic wants to.
Yeah. But, go through your Rolodex here.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan would have a great time. He'd have a lovely time. He could hop over after visiting Wrexham. Yeah.
Short hop. I like this. This is metastasizing.
Exactly. That's the right term.
Good luck with the movie.
Okay. Thanks, Dan.
Champion. Will Ferrell. #champion.
That's the right word.
Metastasizing.